Hello my farrier friends, I need a little bit of help from you. This is Hoof S4 and this was a hoof that was shod, and there are a few questions that I've got for you if you wouldn't mind helping me out here. Now the first thing I notice is that there's quite a bit of damage on the wall around here, and this was damaged even though the shoe was on, and I'll just show you a photograph of what this looked like with the shoe on. But having a look underneath, this wall is breaking away round here. There seems to be quite a bit of a hole through here. And my question to you is this to be expected? Is this something that you wouldn't worry about and you would just carry on as per usual? Or is this something you would actually do something about? And when I say do something, I'd like to know what you would actually physically do about it. I also want to know what's causing it. Why do we have breakage on one side of the foot and yet on the other side it hasn't broken? Well, not to the extent. I mean, there does seem to be some damage on this side. There are also clips, quarter clips on this shoe, and I can see the evidence, probably not here, but I can see round here where the quarter clip was placed, which is here. And it just seems to happen that all the damage is just behind that quarter clip. So that's another question I want to ask you. Are the quarter clips part of the reason why we're getting damage in this area? Or is this something completely separate? You know, why do we get this? And I'd be keen to know what you have to say about it. Now, you know, I'm not a farrier, I'm not a trimmer, I'm not a vet. So I need to rely on my lovely supporters to help me with some of these questions. And yes, I can put this out to my farriers that are helping me and giving me advice, but what I would like is I'd actually like to open up the conversation about this between you, because like with barefoot trimmers, there seems to be a whole myriad of different ideas out there as to what is right and what is wrong, and it seems as though a lot of them, the barefoot trimmers, are arguing amongst themselves, which is a little bit worrying. But I suppose when you get lots of people together and they have an idea about something, then they are going to stick with that idea. Again, I find the same with the farriers, and even farriers are looking at other farriers' work and are critiquing it and finding fault and saying that these jobs are not good jobs. So what I'm trying to say to you is that there's going to be differences of opinions in both the farrier world and the barefoot world, and that's really what I want to get at from you. I want to hear from you as farriers. What's caused this, in your opinion? I know I've only got a foot here and I haven't got the whole horse. And what would need to be done to remedy it? How can it be sorted out? Now, I've actually seen this in a lot of live horses where the wall is just breaking away quite badly and the horse is forever throwing its shoe. It just can't hold a shoe on. And is that the case? If the wall is so thin, eventually it just can't hold a shoe because it can't hold the nails? I don't know, but I'd really be keen to hear from you. Now, this has got quite a bit of wear across this part here, and so part of me is thinking that this is probably a hind, only because of that wear pattern. And also when I look at the sole does seem to have a bit of a spade shape, and there's a lot more flare on this side where it's breaking away more than there is on this side. So to me, I'm thinking that this is a hind left, the horse's left, because it's flaring out to the lateral rather than the medial. But I could be wrong, and I need you to give me some advice on that. So there's probably a myriad of other things happening in this foot that you're going to want to comment on, and that's great. If you want to, that's absolutely wonderful. I'd love to hear from you. But specifically, I want to know about what's happening around here. Why is this happening? If you don't feel comfortable leaving a comment, then that's absolutely fine. If you'd like to make a comment, then just send me a message and we can talk offline. So much. I appreciate your time and I appreciate your expertise. Thanks.